Okay, good. I only have about, right now, a 15-second lag. So give me a few minutes and I'll be right with you. Okay, good. That's clear. I just need to get out some water and I'll be ready to start. Okay, I think I'm all set. Hi everybody, Happy New Year, welcome to my stream. This is going to be my first official stream. I've practiced a few times to get ready for today, so hopefully everything will go good. What I planned on doing today was I wanted to do a journal page of my word for 2018, and about 7 years ago, I was following Allie Edwards, and she had started her word for the year, and I had started kind of picking one. My word for several years was do, because I just wanted to do art, do things, get stuff started. So I had started with that, and then I should have gotten this stuff out. And then a few years after that, I was watching Tracy Weinsaffel. She just does the host of Mixed Media Mondays on Ustream, and she would do a journal page for her words. So that's where I got the idea to do a journal page every year. So we will, I'm going to do my journal page, and if you guys want to share your word with me, that would be great. If you want to do a page along with me, that would be fun too. So I'm just gonna start out by showing you how I do my journal pages. I thought that would be good for a first stream. Okay. Okay, there. Excuse me for a minute. I was just making sure my Twitter was still on. Okay, so usually when I start a journal page, I put some gesso on the page. one of the first things I learned starting out. When I first started to art journal, I think I did like everybody else. I just kind of went online. I just happened to see it online. I had seen a tag that said art journal every day and was, oh, what's that? That sounded interesting. I had been scrapbooking and was just looking for some other outlet for my art, somewhere else to be creative. And I saw art journaling every day, and I looked up that and thought it sounded interesting. And then from there, I found Paula, and from Paula, I found Dee Dee. Some other people I followed early on were Christine Urias, who was, she was originally a scrapbooker, and it was on her site I found the art journal every day. Then I followed Julie Faye Fan Balzer. Then I found Tracy Weinzaffel and a bunch of other people. Patty Tully Parrish was somebody I've been following since she started streaming. I started following her when she did her jelly plates. Okay, when I put my gesso on the page, I kind of like to use a brush that's kind of rough. So when the gesso goes on, it gives some kind of texture. So that way, it's just like another layer on my journal page. And you can just make all kinds of texture, and when you put the paint over it, it'll show up. Okay. All right, now I have the page gessoed, and I'm gonna dry it with the heat gun. So we'll put the heat gun on, and this might be kind of loud. So, okay. Okay, I'm just kind of catching up with chat because I'm not used to the whole chat and arting at the same time. Okay, has Eileen told everybody what her word is? I think she uses the same word every year, and I challenge her to do an art page with her word. Since she gave me a challenge for the whole year, I'm just going to give her one challenge. She has to do a journal page with her word. And some of you probably know what it is. Eileen, you promised you were going to be good. Well, I hope everybody feels at home. Oh, there's lots of people we can blame for our mixed media addiction. Paula, Eileen, Dee Dee, Janet. Okay, Eileen, but you have to do a page that says whatever. You have to do a whatever page. Yeah. Yes, Jeannie, that's another one of Eileen's words. Okay, so that's dry. All right, so it doesn't, the gesso doesn't have to cover the whole page. In fact, it's almost better if it doesn't cover the whole page, because then it the paint will go on in different colors. So I thought I would work with blues, since that's my favorite color. So I usually start by putting just a little bit of paint on the page, just some different colors that I like. And I started using a new paint this year. I think it was Zandra who I had first seen these from, and I think Paula has some. It's the abstract paints by Sennelier. They're just a really nice paint. They're not too thick, they're not too thin, they just have a really nice texture. So, but what I thought I'd do is just use different brands that I use. So Sennelier is one of the brands that I like. I also like the PBOs for a little bit of glitter. And the Blick paint, which is all, I didn't know the top was broken. I'm just pulling out another cart so I can see my paints. Oh, here's some Master's Touch. We'll put a little bit of that down. And maybe a little bit of green. Put in a little bit of green in the middle to kind of lighten it up. Okay, so then I just kind of go over the gesso with the different paint, and you can see the lines from my brush where the gesso was. They just kind of put a nice little texture on the page. And then you can do the same thing with this, just kind of mix it. Just put a little bit more lighter paint on. Okay, normally when I do a journal page, I don't really have a plan. I just kind of, okay, can you guys hear me okay? I just got a tweet from somebody that they couldn't hear me. Can everybody hear? Yes, sommelier is a wine person. Sennelier with N's is the paint. Oh, good, Paula. I hope you do start streaming again. I think we've all missed you. Okay, and then what you can do, I'm going to use my, okay, so the sound is a bit low. Let me see if I can adjust the sound. Okay, does that help? How's the sound now? Okay, so Cheshire can hear fine. Maybe just kind of turn the sound up on your computer, because I am streaming from my phone. I'm streaming from my phone, so I don't really have much control of the sound. Okay. Okay. All right, hopefully the picture's okay. Oh, it is Judy. Okay. I think I had the microphone covered up. All right, so what I'm going to do, so it doesn't get all muddy, you might want to dry some of the layers. And as you're doing this, you might think, well, this doesn't look too good. But I guarantee if you just keep adding layers, more layers, more layers, it will turn out good. Okay. All right. Is Eileen giving out challenges again? Okay, Jeannie, thanks. I'm glad it's okay, good. Oh, I haven't used mine either, Brenda. I'm just kind of looking at chat here while I dry. Yeah, just let me know if the sound goes down again. I think I have it figured out. I just have a really jerry-rigged system. I have my phone taped to a light because that's the best view I can get. So hopefully the more I stream, the better the picture, the better the sound, all that kind of stuff. So, okay, so now I have paint down on my paper. What do I want to do? Maybe go in with some different colors just to brighten it up a bit. Okay, Jamie, pop in and out. Good to see you. Yeah, and I want to say hello to everybody. The chat is moving so fast. I really can't keep up with everybody who's coming in, so I do want to say hello to everyone that's here, and thank everybody for coming. And let me get another brush for the yellow. Okay, so we'll see what happens with this. So like I was saying, normally when I art journal, I really don't have a plan. I just kind of sit down, maybe watch some videos, watch a stream, and then whatever comes to me, I just kind of start doing. But today, there is a little bit of a plan for this, so I'm not just making a big mess here. Hopefully it will turn into something. Maybe a little magenta. Oops. I need a lot of magenta. Here, let me clean my brush. Okay, if the sound does go down a little bit, I'm just talking to myself. So you might hear some low sounds, that's just me talking to myself, but I'll try to okay. All right, so here, when this happens, where you might get a little too much paint, you can get a baby wipe and wipe that back. Okay, if you get too much paint on your page, since you dried the other paint, you can just take a baby wipe and wipe it back. And then you can kind of see where some of the paint's settling in, where the gesso isn't on the page. It makes it kind of interesting. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold, so I might be a little stuffed up, so I'll try not to sniffle. Oh, thanks, Di. Yeah, I like these colors too. Blue's my favorite, so I thought the main color'd be blue, but I just wanted something to brighten it up. Okay, all right. So right now, let's dry it again. Oops. Oh, I haven't told you my word yet. I'm getting my background done, and then I'm gonna put my word on the page, so I've done different words each year. I think like the first 5 years I used the word do, because I just wanted to do art and do stuff like that. And then another word I used in the past is explore. You know, explore different types of art or mediums and stuff like that. I think another word I used was grow. And of course, we all want to grow as an artist. That was kind of my inspiration. And then this year I kind of have a quirky word. Not your typical, I don't know, art-inspiring word, but it's just something I picked out because this year, you know, you get busy with stuff, and there was a couple months where I hadn't done any art. So I want to, I just want to make sure I'm always doing some kind of art. I don't want to not art. It's just something I want to do. I enjoy it. So I want to make sure that I continue to do my art. So my word for next year is continue. And that's, I don't know, I just figured that kind of encompasses everything. I want to continue to grow, continue to learn, continue to meet new people. I mean, just all that stuff. So it is a quirky word, but it's kind of different. And it fills up the page, so which is always good. So yeah, that's my word for next year. It's continue. Okay, now this is looking kind of funky. Let's see. Maybe I'll get some tissue paper. Maybe we'll put some tissue paper on here just to Give it some more depth. Let's see what I've got. Okay, hold on. I'm going to get some tissue paper. Okay, so one of the things I've done is when I see tissue paper I like, getting a present or a package or something, I keep it. Or I see some on sale at the store, I just pick some up. So when I need something different for a background, I have some tissue paper I can use. Oh, and I think it's 11:06. We just passed somebody's New Year. Does anybody know who just celebrated New Year at 11 o'clock Eastern? Okay, so you can crinkle up your tissue. A lot of times you might want to put on tissue before you start putting your background color or your gesso on. It really doesn't matter. Just play around and see what you like to do. Now, Linda, swear words are fine. It's whatever motivates you. Whatever word motivates you. See, it's a good word, right, Eileen? Continue. Continue to shop, continue to buy, continue to enable. I hadn't even thought of that. Okay, all right, so if you're gonna put tissue paper down, you can use matte medium, and what's nice about that is on some of the tissue paper, it almost makes it disappear, so only the little pattern will show up. So let me get out my matte I'm gonna get out my matte medium. And let's see, we'll put some up here. And then okay, so this is a pretty basic art journal page. What's nice about mixed media and art journaling, you know, you can just throw down different colors that you like, different, you know, medium that you like. You can use papers, you can use, you know, pictures out of magazines. You know, there's all kinds of stuff you can do. And lots of different videos you can watch to get ideas. So see, you can see here, you can see here how the tissue, this tissue paper's thin, so it just kind of blends in with the page, and only the pattern shows up. And then this word, this is a little thicker than, this is a thick tissue. That kind of shows up, and we'll paint over that to get it to blend in more. So I do, sorry if I'm not, if you have questions in chat, I'm just glancing once in a while, so I just want you to know I'm not ignoring you. And hopefully there'll be some of the other gals in chat that can answer questions for you if I miss them. Oh, Mary, that's a good word, triumphant. That's a very positive, happy word to me. Yeah. Hey, if panic motivates you, that's a good word. Nothing like a little panic to get the adrenaline going. Oh, Melody, is that who just celebrated their New Year? Did you say Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia? Okay. Okay, and I think when you use the matte medium, you want to try to put it on the page, on the back of what you're pasting down, and then on the top. Sometimes with napkins and tissue paper, it can get a little bit thin. Okay. And let's have this coming off the top here. That should be good. Oh, Paula, you've been streaming for 8 years? Okay, so I think that's how long I've been art journaling, because I think I started, or maybe a little less than 8, because you were already streaming, or you at least had videos up on YouTube. So yeah, I've been art journaling for about 8 years. Before that, I used to do scrapbooking. I've always done crafts. I've taken some art classes. But I really, when I found art journaling, I just really found something I enjoyed doing. Okay, so if any of you are arting along, or if you decide to make a journal page with your word, make sure you post it on Twitter. My Twitter name is kberg59, so if you want to follow me, go ahead and do that, and then be sure to post your pictures. And I'm also on Instagram. I think is Kathleen Berg. I need to double check that. But post your pictures on Twitter. If you do a journal page with your word for the year, maybe we can hashtag it like 2018 word or journal page 2018. I'll think of something and post it on my Twitter account. So I'd love to see what everybody else is doing. Okay, what you want to do, you want to dry your matte medium before you start painting or stamping or anything else over it. Oh wow, Polly, you're gonna be 40 this year? Oh my gosh. Oh, thanks, Mac. It's getting there. And like I said, you know, if you're not happy with something, just keep going. Because there's been a lot of pages I've done that I thought, oh, this just looks horrible. But just, if you don't like something, you don't even have to start over. Just keep adding layers to it. What I tried to do in my magazine journal, that half magazine journal that Dee Dee showed us how to do, was kind of take pictures of my process. You know, where when I had something that wasn't, you know, looking good to me, I'd take a picture of it, maybe let it sit a couple days, and then I'd go back and keep adding to it. And then by the time I was done, I was happy with it. And it's interesting to see, you know, from where it started, where you thought it didn't look good, to the end piece. So don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated with your art journals. You know, put it aside, go back to it. I mean, start over if you want, but you don't always have to. Just keep adding layers. I mean, it usually stuff turns out. Oh, you see a unicorn, Tam? I don't see it. Okay, Fiona, nice seeing you. And like I said, I'm watching chat and arting, so if I miss anybody, I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm just kind of catching it here and there and doing the art, so. Okay, I'm going to step away for a minute and look for some translucent paint. Okay, so I like the Goldens can be, this is a Goldens fluid acrylic, and also the DecoArt medium fluid acrylics. If you want some of your underneath stuff to still show through, you can just kind of put this lightly over the top. You can even put some down, mix it with water. Spray some water on there. Get a paintbrush, water it down some more, and then just kind of go over lightly. And then you can still, I'll use this to kind of fill in spots. Because for this background, I don't think I want any white showing through. So I'm just going to kind of lightly go over here and kind of fill in where the paint's not covering up. And this probably isn't what I totally had pictured for my page today, but that's okay because I'm kind of liking it, and usually things never turn out the way I expect them to. Oh, Ange. Yay, Ange, you are here. Okay. Morning, Ange. Did you get some sleep, I hope? Ange is my streaming buddy. She's splitting the hour with me today, so at 11:45, she's going to come on. Okay, I think I'm gonna put a little bit of silver with the PBO Studio Acrylics. I think I want to put a little silver in there to make it shiny. Okay, let's just put a couple drops, or one big blob of silver. Okay. And again, if you get too much paint, you can always wipe it back, which I'm going to do with the baby wipe. I just kind of wanted... Okay, I'm watching the time. Okay. All right, so let's get this dried. I'm going to wipe back with the baby wipe, dry it, do a little bit more layering, and then I'm going to start putting my words on and do some doodling, and then I think we'll be done. Okay, so see, just lightly, just where you don't want to have the paint, just lightly rub it back. And when you're using acrylic paint, if you dry in between your layers, you'll be able to wipe back what you want. See the silver, I love the PBOs because they just give a little bit of a shimmer. Maybe add a little bit of this. One thing I like about the Senneliers is you can just dab a little bit off the top with your finger, and you're not really wasting a whole lot, which is kind of fun. And like I said, I had seen these, Sandra had used these. That was the first place I saw them, and I tried them, and I really like them. Okay, so this is starting to fill in nice. I was a little bit worried for a while, but like I said, just keep layering. If you don't like something, just put more paint over it. Put some collage stuff over it. Okay, so I think that's good. Just with a little bit of silver coming through. Okay, did somebody say the stream was a little slow, or? I'm not sure. Uh-oh. I'll try and stay in the picture too. Ah, sorry about that. Okay. All right, let me dry that. Just use the heat gun. Is sound still good for everybody? Okay, now I'm really liking this page. It has a lot of nice, I just like the colors. The yummy colors with the magenta coming through, a little bit of yellow. Okay, this looks good. Okay. I'm thinking I don't think I want to get real busy with the background. I don't think I'm going to do any stamping or anything on the background. I think I might do some splots. Maybe a few bright red splots. Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll do some splots, and then I'm going to put my words down, and then I'm going to do some dangles to connect my words to the top of the page. Okay. All right, let me get some bright red. Oh, I know what I'm going to use. This is a great, if you want bright red, this is a perfect one. Okay. My favorite bright red paint is the Pyro Red, and I think the Goldens is a little bit brighter than the Deco Art. But the Deco Art's a good one too, but I just want it really bright. So I'm going to use this and water it down a little bit. And you just need a little. I put down a bit too much, so. All right, spray some water on it. Then get a fan brush. All right. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to do some splots, not too many, just a few. For some color, just to make it a little more interesting. Like I said, I'm not going to put any stamps or anything. I just kind of like the color as it is, but the splots just give it another layer. There. Okay, enough. Be careful, because you can oversplot, and then make sure you dry your splots before you move on to your next step. Oh, thanks, Jeannie. It's getting there, hopefully. I guess it is kind of turning out a little bit more like I was planning for. You just never know. So make sure you get your splots really dry, because you don't want them to smear. And they shouldn't take too long to dry. And if you don't like to do splots, there are splot stencils, there's splot stamps. You can use those if you don't want to make a mess. I've already made a mess. My my computer, my keyboard is covered with splots. Okay, Jean. Okay, good. So the lag's okay. It's not too bad, Jean. Okay, I'm just kind of going along doing my page. Oh, okay. All right, thanks, guys. Okay, I think this is dry. Like I said, you just don't want, you want to make sure the splats are dry so when you're doing your next layer, they don't smear. And you can also put your splats on at the end, but I wanted the letters to be on top of the splat, so. Okay. So I cut out some letters with my electronic machine, and I used my Xyron to make stickers out of them. So what I'm gonna do, except for the U got caught in the machine, I'll have to glue that down. I'm gonna cut out each letter and kind of place them where I want, and then I'll stick them on. Let me grab my scissors. How am I doing on time? Okay, perfect. I'm gonna glue down. I'm going to stick down my letters and do some dangles and edge the page. Maybe do a little bit of doodling, and then we'll be done. And then Ange can start at 11:45. Oh, and when you use the Xyron, try to put the stuff really close so you don't waste it. My letters got scattered. I was having problems with it, so, but yeah, put your letters as close as you can so you don't waste the sticky stuff. Okay, so let's see. We want the word to stretch across the whole page. And hopefully, here. And what I did after I cut out the letters, I edged them with some ink so they would stand out from the page. And I used some of my old scrapbook paper to cut out the letters because I'm really trying to use up stuff that I have. I'm trying not to buy more stuff this year. We'll see how that goes. But I'm just really trying to use my stuff. So I grabbed some scrapbook paper, got my Xyron out. Oh, here's my U. Okay, so if you edge your letters, they will help stick out from the page so they don't get lost. Okay, so I think this should be good. All right, so you run your letters through the Xyron and you turn them into stickers. You peel it back. Okay, so here, let's see. Okay, and I think this Xyron is repositionable, so if I need to move it, I should be able to. Ooh, that sounds good, Julie. Pork chops and chicken. All right. So I just used all different types of scrapbook paper. This one has our birch trees, some have flowers, some have stripes. I just pulled out a bunch of different things. All right. I might have wanted, this will be fun. Maybe I'll stick that down here. Okay, the U I need to glue. So, Ange, you getting ready? All right, there's the U. And the E. Let's see if I can get this up. Okay, yeah. I'm going to move this down a little bit, I think. Oops, that O is not going to come down here. There. Okay, I think that looks good. Okay, so I have my word continue, and what I'm going to do is, I think one of the new things that I learned last year, or tried last year, I don't know if you learn it, but is to dangle. Just, we were watching Janet dangle, everybody seemed to get on the dangle craze, so I thought I would do some dangles, and I think, okay, for me, hopefully this is one, I think this food ball pen, it's a thicker, I think it's 1.5, yeah, 1.5 food ball, seems to go over the acrylic paint pretty good. And then also what I did, because whenever I sit and think, oh, I want to do a dangle, I can never think of what I want to dangle. I did an alphabet with dangles. So if I get stuck, I can just look at that and pick out a dangle from there. So let me get my book. It's actually my beast is what I used to kind of doodle in and keep ideas there. So let me get that out and pick out some dangles to do. Okay, so this is my beast, and I just kind of use it. I just doodle in mine. It's the only journal I have that I started in December of 2014. It's the only journal that I actually started at the first page and I go page by page. But what I did, I use this to go back and get ideas. I just did an alphabet. Where's my alphabet? Okay, here. I just did an alphabet. So if I get stuck and don't know what to dangle, I kind of look at this to see what kind of dangle to do. So I'll just put that aside and then I'll start doing my dangles. All right, so see, just start at the top and yeah. See, if you go lightly over with the food ball pen, it goes over the acrylic paint and the tissue paper and the gesso. It goes over really nice. And you don't have to worry about ruining the tip because it's just like a regular pen tip. It's not a felt tip or anything like that. All right, let's see if we can get kind of fancy here. All right, let's do... And then you can just doodle down. Go back with different colors, color in the doodles to make it more interesting. Let's do... Okay, so hopefully I'm giving you guys some good ideas. All right, here's kind of a fun one. You can use all different colored pens. I usually like doing my lines down in black, and then I'll go back through with either stickles or colored markers and just make little embellishments on them. Here. Right. Like I said, it's just fun to like make different alphabets with these. So when you need an idea, they're there, because if you're like me, if I decide I want to do something, I can never think of what I want to do. I'll probably go back with little white dots and put those down there. I'm just looking over here to get some ideas. Okay, let's try this one. All right, we go down, 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 down. Connect. Okay. Oh, here's kind of a fun one. You can do a double line going down here. And hopefully that'll connect somewhere good. Okay. And then fill these in with different Maybe put some dots, some little squares. And E. Maybe let's do this, and maybe some little stars. Okay, so that's done. Oh, and my time is almost up. Perfect timing. I'm just going to edge my page, and now I have a journal page for my word for 2018. I'll probably write in 2018 over here. Just put that here, and cut off the edges. Oh, it was Bren. It was a food ball. It was a food pen. I forget who makes it. Is it, it's all in Chinese. It's a food pen or food or whatever. And it writes food 1.5. Okay, so this hour went really fast. Just gonna trim the top. Edge my page. I'll be done, and then Ange can start at 11:45. Uh-oh. Although with the lag, I think my time's going a little bit over, Ange. Sorry about that. Let me just... Okay, let me just ink my page. Ink my page. Okay, so there we go. I have a new journal. I kind of like the Strathmore Mixed Media Journal. The pages lay nice and flat. And I have my word for 2018 and a brand new journal to fill up. And that's it. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys had fun. Happy New Year to everybody. And the name of the pen is a food pen. Thanks everyone. Go on over to Ange. I'm sure she's ready for you. Sorry that I went a few minutes over. I'm finishing up at 11:45, but I have a couple minute lag. So Happy New Year everybody. Bye.